Yes, he's here. He is here. My system simply decided, you know what? Let's put George to the test this morning. Let's give him a little scare right off the bat. Came in here this morning, logged on to Facebook, everything's all set to go. Punched the button, nada. So we had to restart everything from scratch. Happy New Year, my dear friends, and a very good morning, and welcome to the very first edition of Gudday Grenada. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I see we're being blessed already this morning. We're having, up until about 10 minutes ago, we were having some showers here in St. George. And being the optimist that I am, I'm assuming for all intents and purposes, that's a blessing, yeah? Well, my dear friends, I certainly hope you wound up the old year in fine fashion. Whether you were out partying up a storm or spending some time with friends, or it's amazing how many people slept through it. I've been running into people all over WhatsApp who didn't even know when midnight rolled around on Tuesday night. Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm very optimistic about this year. You know what, in just a wee bit, I'm gonna share some of my wishes for this country, 2020. But first, gotta say hi to the pilgrims here this morning, so let's get everything all queued up to say good morning to the pilgrims, hey? First up this morning is Mr. Jose, as has become the norm around here. Ernesto was first this morning. T.F. Richards is on the road again, and he says, greetings from the Lone Star State of Texas. Boy, you sure get around, don't you? Were you at home for the holidays? I certainly hope you were. Family. Penny Crawley says, Penny says impossible. Penny keeps trying and trying and trying to be the first to log on. Well, she's third this morning. Hey, that's not bad, you know, Penny, that's not bad. 2020 might be your year. We still have 363 days to go, so you may yet make it. And boy, I tell you, there's gonna be a lot of fanfare when you do. Bradley Vespre is saying good morning, not only once, but he's saying good morning twice this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Vespre. How are you? Happy New Year. Grenada Sunshine is wishing everybody a happy 2020. Thank you so much, Grenada Sunshine. Hey, hold on a sec here. Bradley is saying good morning 3 times. Wow. Kathleen Thomas is there saying good morning. Claude Pudna, thank you, Claude, for the greetings. Roger Mitchell, Happy New Year to you and your listening public. Georgie, thank you, Rogie. T.F. Richards says, spend Christmas at home. Oh, good for you, T.F., good for you, congratulations. Judy Bent, hello there, Judy, is saying good morning. She says, Happy New Year and best wishes for 2020 and beyond. Thank you so much, Judy. Hope you're doing fine. Long time no see, girl. Long time no see. Hoping to see you again sometime soon in the new year. Kipling Francis, of course, is sending his blessings, as he does every day. Ernesto is saying, GM, good morning, George. Happy New Year. I thought we weren't having a program today. You know, it's quite possible that I may have said that, but as far as my heart is concerned, I know I wasn't going to do anything yesterday, but I did intend to do a program today, so whatever. Hey, Margaret. Margaret saying Happy New Year and best wishes to everyone. Thank you very much, Mags. You know, I wish you were sitting here. But yeah. Michelle Forsyth saying good morning in this new year. Anthony saying good morning all. 2020 is perfect vision. Hope we see good things this year. Boy, Anthony, like you, and I know that you're an optimist. I really do know that you're an optimist. And I, too, am hoping for good things this year. I really am. Judy Benoit says, hope to see you soon too. Yes, Judy, that would be so nice. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. Okay. Yeah, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, if you're looking for your normal program this morning, like Mr. Baczynski joining us, nah, maybe he's not going to be with us this morning. And I'll tell you why. I fully understand. Alan is today celebrating his 37th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, A.B. Hats off to you, sir. I hope that whether or not you're still in bed this morning, I hope that you are at least watching us and listening. Yeah, certainly hope so. Ernesto Jose is saying, I'm retiring my first position to you from tomorrow. I'm retiring my first position. Oh, you mean to Penny Crawley? Okay, yeah. Maybe Penny will be first. Yeah, anyhow. So I simply want to say Happy New Year to you folks this morning. There's not going to be a national report. Seems like the GIS is having quite the holiday. We didn't have anything for a couple of days before Christmas, and now nothing for New Year's. Okay. Well, what I'd like to do this morning is share, first of all, some thoughts that I have about the new year. I really do. And then I'm going to show you a video which probably runs about 17, 18 minutes of, yes, the fireworks. But you'll see what happened in the moments leading up to the fireworks as well. Fireworks lasted about 15 minutes on Tuesday night. Man, there were, as you're going to see in a little while, there were fireworks all over the place. Right here on the Carnage, which I thought, got to be honest with you, I thought that the fireworks display on the Carnage was probably the best. Maybe because I'm just stone's throw away from it, I don't know. But it was pretty darn good. I did see some really nice moments from Sandoz. You can see Point Celine from here, and I did see some really nice moments from them as well. We also saw a number of fireworks going off down on Grand Anse. And of course, Port Louis put on theirs as well. At times it was hard to differentiate between Port Louis and the Carnage. I'm assuming that the Carnage set off theirs right where the landing is, near to where the Grenada Board of Tourism used to be, you know, where the pilot boats tie up. I think theirs went off from there. And Port Louis, I couldn't see, but I'm assuming that they set it off. You know that beautiful park that they've opened up right next to the marina and the restaurant? Yeah, I'm assuming that's where things emanated from. So, it was good. It was good. You know, One of the things I wish for the new year, and based on what I saw on social media, a number of you have been thinking along those lines as well. Yeah, fireworks are great to look at. But anybody who has ever set off fireworks or organized a fireworks display will tell you it's not a very cheap or very inexpensive activity. It costs a lot of money to send off fireworks. And as we stood here on the balcony on Tuesday night, looking at the fireworks, yeah, everybody was happy, Happy New Year, oh, look at that one, isn't that? Oh, that's a nice one. I couldn't help but think, do we really have our priorities straight? A number of people in social media have been pointing out over the last couple of days, that couldn't that money have been better spent trying to help us provide better health care? I mean, which could be life-saving. Let's face it, better health care, life-saving. But no, just for a few minutes, 15 minutes. I remember the days when they used to go 30 minutes, eh? Maybe in 2020, we'll start getting priorities straight. Boy, that would be scary, because if we get those priorities straight, can you imagine just how things would turn around in this country? Huh? So just before I came, I need a smaller air so this thing would stick in, or a bigger, yeah. Just before I went on the air this morning, I made some notes here, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little notes about what I would really like to see in 2020. I would like to see us as a people draw closer to God. Call me a quack if you want, see if I care. I know what I know, okay? But I believe that if we had a better understanding of God, not just here in Grenada, but around the world, things would be different. Could be wrong, but in my heart, I believe things would be different, not just different, but better. Better. There are a lot of people who feel that things are bad in Grenada, and if we changed the government, things would be a whole lot better. Really? Really? I give you the benefit of the doubt, but I don't agree. I don't agree. I do not believe that partisan politics is our answer. I honestly believe what I started by saying a few minutes ago. We need to draw closer to God. I really believe, could be wrong, I really believe that's the answer. I really do believe that. Yeah, some of you feel differently, and I respect your beliefs. But I simply ask that you also respect mine. And there are a lot of other people who share this view. I know there are a lot who share yours as well. Yeah. Also, I would love to see better governance in this country. Better governance, yeah. we have been maligned. We're the laughingstock a lot of places around the world. Oh yeah, we talk about pure Grenada and how beautiful this place is and how blessed we are. And, you know, I have a brother who lives in Toronto, and he sometimes gets angry when he hears me whining about, you know, all the crazy stuff that goes on here. But he doesn't live here, doesn't understand. You can hear all the stuff out there in the social media and the news and whatever, but until you live in the environment, please, until you've walked in somebody else's shoes, don't try to tell them whether the shoe fit or not. No, 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 no. I would also like to see more transparency on the part of our government. I mean, come on. Not only did we vote these guys into office, in other words, we gave them a walk, we pay them monthly. And when you try to get answers from them, you can't. You're made to feel like you're fresh, you're rude. How dare you ask me that? It's not the way it works, pilgrims. That's not the way it works. This one is a dreamer, I know. I would love to see a reduction, if not an end, to corruption. Yeah, now you're saying, boy, George has really lost it, hasn't he? Yeah, maybe. I'm not going to argue with you. Maybe George has lost it. Yeah. But I would love to see an end to corruption and everything that it means. If you sit and thought about the millions and millions and millions of dollars that are wasted, unaccounted for, and you see people sleeping on the streets here, walk around town, they're following you, begging. Yeah. Those monies could be better spent, okay? I would also like to see not just our government, but us as a people cherish and respect the gifts that have been bestowed upon us. You know, I worked in the tourism industry for a lot of years, 13 years, and that gave me an idea of the impression that visitors to this country have. They're here usually just for a day. I'm talking about the people off the cruise ships. And they think that this place is the greatest place on earth because they don't have to live here. But the things that attract them, we're selling off. Our patrimony, what God has given to us. We're selling off left, right, and center. Those who are not selling it off are littering it. Take a drive around this country, you'll see what I mean. Shameful, shameful. So as I wind down this little rant here, let me say that perhaps the most important thing I see is for us to become a little bit more loving, This country has become so cold, so abrasive. Let's be a little bit more loving. I think that's what God intended for us. Okay? Now, before I show you that piece about New Year's Eve with the fireworks and everything, let me scroll back here. Boy, you guys have been busy here this morning. T.F. Richard says, congrats are in order to Mr. B. I'll get there soon, too. Hey, TF. Hey, man, you could come sit in this chair right next door to us here. John says, 2020. Is it going to be a new verse, a new chapter, or the same old story? It's up to us. Yaman. It's up to us to write the next page. John, that's the message we have to get across out there, John. Judy Benoit says, I guess that. Happy anniversary to his and Hazel. Yeah, she's saying happy 37th to AB, Alan. Martina Tony is saying Happy New Year to you guys. Benedict Cador is wishing a prosperous one to everybody. Ernesto wants to know if I have a family member who recently passed away from Satirs. I don't know. I pay no attention to the death announcements, none whatsoever. And Janice Farray is saying, good morning, Mr. Grant. Best wishes for continued service to your country. Regards from Caldwell Taylor. Hello, Caldwell Taylor. I hope he's watching. And family. And me, Janice and family. Thank you so much, Anne, Janice. She says, greetings from a healthy, happy, and prosperous new year, so that you may continue your service and provide a voice and space to our nationals. I'm going to keep on trying. As long as you keep logging on, I'm going to keep on trying. Thank you, and God bless you. I don't know what Bradley is saying yes to, but Bradley is saying yes. Sonia Mathen Scott says, a pleasant good morning to Gigi and all. Lou Krishik. Yes. Folks, you're being listened to in Russia this morning. Lou, boy, I thought about you a couple of times on the weekend. Lou is one heck of a guy, one heck of a guy. One of the things I most remember about, not only was this guy warm and friendly and all of that, one day we went to a Chinese restaurant, where is it, near the Mount Hartman down there, where the Chinese are doing all their stuff, and we feasted. Thanks a lot, Lou, thanks a lot. A couple of places I'm gonna wanna take you when you get back here. Tell them to come back. Ernesto says, I don't know, forget about that. John Nosynek says, I hear the police were removing tourists from non-tour buses on Boxing Day, leaving many just standing around. What a good impression this must have left. The police were removing tourists from non-tour buses. Okay. I'm not sure what you're saying, John, but I'm assuming that there's some buses that were operating as fake tour operators and the passengers were taken off by the police. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Martina Tony says, George, on your program, you can preach God's word. It starts with you. Yes, girl. You know, I don't just talk. A lot of people think I'm a quack. But I try to live what I speak here. Hermione Fraser says, you have to be your own change. Absolutely. And that's why I'm optimistic, because I am in control of me with God's guidance. So that's where the change has to begin, and that's why I said at the top of the program, I would like to see the country grow closer to God. Michelle Forsyth says things are always better for some with a regime change, but unless we as a nation start putting our best foot forward in many ways, nothing changes. Amen, Michelle, amen. Right on the money, girl. Anthea, good morning to you, girl. Hermione Fraser says, America is the laughing stock, not Grenada. Okay, Martina says, do we have a forgiving heart in Grenada? We must forgive first before we can go to God in prayer for others. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Reynaud Batiste says, highest consciousness, we are all gods in ourselves. With a more in-depth search of one's best self and true nature, we will be able to overcome the ills and generate healing solutions for the social and economical imbalance. We have a country to be proud of, with a great history and a better future now. Reynaud, way to go, bro. TF says, the people of Grenada are one of the most forgiving people you can find. And he says, laughing out loud, everything lasts for 8 days and then back to normal. Yeah, TF. TF is Grenadian. Snug corner? Ernesto says, the reason for my question is that I know some with the same name. TF, let's forget about who did. Please. Kipling Francis says, not just forgiving, TF, forgetful. How soon we forget. Ain't that's one of the traits of us here in Grenada. Maria St. Bernard says, Happy New Year to everyone, to you too, Marina. And John Franco is saying good morning. John Lewis, is this Pastor Lewis? Happy New Year to you, Brother Grant. Many blessings for the new year. Thank you for your prayers and support. John, you got that anytime from me. The work that you do is admirable. God's watching. Okay. Jackie O says, Happy New Year to everybody. Martin Carmichael Simon saying good morning and a Happy New Year to all. Stay blessed. And Carlene Vesper is saying Happy New Year to everyone. Okay, folks. Boy, you went off on a tangent this morning. I did prepare to say a couple of things this morning, but never that in depth. So, right now, let me show you this little piece. I got to bed at 4 o'clock, 4:15 this morning. 4:15 this morning, Mags. Hold on a minute, just let me have a chat with it. Stay where I put you, okay? In there, all right. 4:15 this morning, Mags. Folks, a few of us got together here over the holidays, on Tuesday night to say goodbye to 2019, to celebrate the 60th birthday of our dear friend of ours, to welcome in the new year, and to be thankful for all that we've got in this beautiful little country of ours. I want you to spend a few minutes just taking a look at how we spent part of that evening. Should bring a smile to some faces.
Alright guys, so just before you eat and stuff, since Ray and they're not here, when they come they'll so they're fun in heaven. We're thankful for this opportunity where we can gather together as friends and family to celebrate Joyce's 60th birthday. We're thankful for sparing her life to this date, to have her in good health and being able to move around, to have friends and families to share this moment with her. We pray that you would be with us as we celebrate. Help us to enjoy everything that's been prepared for us and to keep you as the center. And we ask that you will continue to bless her and bless everyone here as the years go by with many more healthy and happy years of life. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for days of old lang syne. We twa run about the braes and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered many wee fet since days of old lang syne, and we twa pedalled in the barn frae morning sun till dine, but seas between us braid he rode for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup o' kindness yet for days of auld lang syne.
I find it very strange I haven't seen anything from Santos.
And surely you'll be your pine stoop, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne. And there's a hand, my trusty fear, and gies a hand o' thine, and we'll take a recht get well we walked for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne.
Everybody have glass now? No, yes. Nobody have go for George. Wait. Oh.
all acquaintance be, for that I never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be, for that on this of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that I never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. In days of old lang syne, my love. In days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that I never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. In days of old lang syne, my love. In days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. Hey, get up. Hey, ah. Dang, dang, ding, dang, ding. Whoa, whoa, ding, dang, dang, ding. Ding, dang, ding, dang, dang, ding. Dang, ding, dang, dang. In days of old lang syne, my love. In days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that in days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that I never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. In days of old lang syne, my love. In days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that in days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. Sing the song. Should all acquaintance be, for that on days of old lang syne. Whoa, should all get up. Be, for that in days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that and days of old lang syne. Should all acquaintance be, for that and days of old lang syne. Get up. Hey,
Look at Sandals.
Yeah, wow.
Red and green. That's pretty long, man.
Alrighty, folks, just before we get to the comments about the video we just watched, while you were watching that, we were joined by Carlene Vespre, Fitzroy Adams, Sean Notap. And by the way, Sean says, the future is ours. Let's make the best of it. Amen, my friend Sean. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great New Year out there in the Azores. Kipling says, there is good in everyone, but sadly we learn of those goodnesses only when they pass away, because lies sell more than the truth. Ain't that the truth, Kippy? Now, let's get to the video. John here is saying, did Margaret help with the food preparation? My guess is yes. Well, John, you're wrong. Mags had nothing to do with the food. I think she answers a little later on down in that string there that the food was prepared by Belmont Estate, and yes, it was yummy. And I'm a critic of food. I like to savor my food. That's one of the reasons why I keep going to BB's Crabback. This guy has a knack for using spices. So no, John, there he says, oh look, Margaret with a plate of food. Hashtag food fanatic. John, just wait until she gets her paws on you, huh? Okay, Lydia James is saying Happy New Year, George. Blessings for 2020 and beyond. Thank you so much, Lydia. So good to see you, girl. Ryan is saying blessings for the new year, and he wants to know if I've made my resolutions. I don't make resolutions. Nah. One day at a time. Yes, here is Margaret responding to John saying the food were compliments of Belmont Estate. Awesome. Scroll down here. Ernesto is saying, although I wasn't a founding classmate from the start, but since I enrolled into your class, you gave me a platform where I can air my views, in which I'm very much appreciated. Yes, you are. I'm looking forward to 2020 with great expectations, and also hope we can have a book club in the future. Go right ahead, Ernesto. John is on Margaret's case. George just had to get a shot of you eating. John, she's priceless, boy. She is priceless. She's priceless. Ryan Jabon says, great videography of the fireworks. You know, thanks, John. That was, let me tell you, that was shot with, let me show you this again. Yeah. We had planned on doing a documentary on fireworks, winding up with, shooting what happened on New Year's Eve. But because I got this Al Jazeera flu, that really knocked me out and I wasn't able to pursue that. But on the night of the event, this is what I used. This little camera here, this little pocket. That's what we shot that with, and it was just sitting right there on my balcony, looking down at the goings-on. Peter Balfon says, good morning to you and the rest of the pilgrims. I had a smooth transition from 2019 to 2020. I make commitments, not resolutions. Way to go, Pedro. Ernesto says, next year, the fireworks not missing me. Because when you have to stand for over 10 hours in Times Square in the freezing temperatures and could stay warm in Grenada and enjoy the same. Yeah. Fireworks here, they're getting better. They're a lot better. I will admit, they used to be longer in the past. I mean, I've stood here and watched fireworks lasting 30 minutes. Only went 15 minutes the other night. And I don't know whether you noticed or not, but the one from the Sandos, they usually put on good fireworks. But last year, they started late, like 5 or 10 minutes after midnight, and they did the same thing again this year. They were late in getting started. Down on the Carenage, Port Louis, bang, like clockwork. They were off at midnight. Well, pilgrims, I'll tell you what. I told you this was going to be an unusual program, right? Sure was. But I'm glad we had this time to sit together. Thank you so much. But this is where we have to pull the curtain down on the first edition for the year. John Nosynek says, George, email me that camera info, please, when you get the time. Sure. John, just do a Google search. DJI Osmo, and Osmo is spelled O-S-M-O, DJI Osmo Pocket. Remember? Pocket. That's all there is to it. I tell you what, if you really want to have some fun, you go to YouTube and do a search for DJI Osmo Pocket. You'll be busy for the rest of the year watching videos. Incredible stuff, incredible stuff. Jackie O says, have to share. A trip to the grocery, I found a Grenada dark chocolate without flag and all 46% cocoa. Without flag and all 46% cocoa. Very disappointed that it said product of Germany. Product of Germany. Life goes on, Jackie. Life goes on. Life goes on. Okay, yes, folks. So we got to go. We got to go. But listen, I'm really looking forward to great things from all of us in this class this year. Yes, Ernesto. Yes, that camera does shoot 4K. It does. The stuff you saw me shoot there was done at 1080 60 because it gets pretty warm when you're shooting in 4K. So yes, folks, let's do some really great things. But like somebody suggested earlier on, it starts with us, our mindset. We have to think positively. Let's not just look for, somebody makes a statement, and rather than saying, well, boy, I wonder, that may be a good idea. The first thing we do is look to see what we could nitpick on. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Same old in 2020? Nah. You know what? I'm finding that there are more and more people who are beginning to look for the good in us. And if you happen to be one of those who are just looking to find something to nitpick at, you're going to be left behind. And that would be a shame. Because you have a heck of a lot of potential. And you have a heck of a lot to offer this country. Grenada is relying on people like you and me. I rely on you guys and gals. Let's do it together. Parting word for today, first workday of the year. Psalm 143, verses 2 and 8 to 10. Do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one living is righteous before you. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way that I should go, for to you I entrust my life. Rescue me from my enemies, Lord, for I hide myself in you. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. Check it out yourselves. Psalm 143, verses 2 and 8 to 10. Okay? Okie dokie do, no. Peter Belfont says, no, I have thought of this and I support your idea. I don't remember what you're referring to, Pedro. Ryan says, if you can't say good, don't say bad. Ryan. Judy Benoit says, Loni Ajagabi. Nice to see you on GG's Gudday Grenada. Who's Loni? Hi, Loni. I haven't seen Loni. Pilgrims, 2 minutes after the hour. We're going to try and keep it on time today. I'm George Grant, thanking you so much for your company this morning. My wish for you is God's blessings, not only today, but for the rest of your life. See you tomorrow.